Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am knackered. It's Tuesday and I've been moving warehouse stuff for the past 2 days. I'm filthy every day, my back's hurting, I'm just knackered. But I wanted to record today because we've had a delivery. We have had a box of Repower cucumber and mint delivered. So I'd used the tasters, and with the new block coming up, they asked me what flavour I wanted, and this was by far the best one. There's my mac and cheese for tea. This was by far the best one. It just tastes so refreshing. Get some ice in there as well. It's unreal. So that should do me for the training block up to the canal run, hopefully. Still got some cadence left. Get using that up. But yeah, in terms of exercise, it's going to be a slow week. It's a very, very busy week in terms of work, so by the time I get home, I'm absolutely buggered. Luckily, it's deload week because the triathlon is on Sunday. So I'll probably go track tomorrow, get a tempo session in, get the legs warmed up, and then probably have like some sort of low distance run on Friday. Biking, I should probably go on a bike, but I'm probably not going to have time. Maybe Saturday, we'll see. Swimming, I'm going to go get another swim in the tri-suit just to get some tempo so I know what to expect on the race day. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my mac and cheese, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, it's Wednesday. I'm still absolutely knackered. We're not going to track, but I am going to do like a six odd K run around my block. However, the weather is not looking good. I think I'm probably going to get drenched, which is another reason why I've not gone to track, because at least if I get drenched here, I can get dry straight away rather than have to drive home. This is one of them days where I appreciate the people that go to work every day and then go and do a run, like a physical job, then come home and still do the physical running. Because I've worked my ass off this week. Usually I just sit at a desk and do spreadsheets basically. But this week I haven't done that. And I've had to drag myself up at 7:30 to try and just do a 6K run. Fair play to you lot. And we're off. I'm not happy about it. My legs are happy about it. But we need some kilometres in these legs before Sunday. So we've just put up with it. And that'd be good for my mental health as well. I have missed running at night time. So much quieter, so much cooler. Just a nice vibe. Run is finito. Done about 7.5k, about a 5:50 pace, nice and easy. I'm gonna get my tea, get a drink and go to bed because I am freaked. What day is it tomorrow? Thursday. Maybe try and get swimming, maybe. And then, no, maybe bike actually. And then Friday night get a swim. We'll see. Finally got myself a pair of Evo SLs. I wanted some for winter, which is why I went for black. And I was going to get the new release AMG ones, which is black but with red stripes, and they have like AMG here, AMG there. But I just felt like I'd look like I'm trying to be part of the Mercedes pit crew. You know, like trying to look like a worker. Don't get me wrong, the shoe itself is beautiful. It's just the AMG badging I don't like. So went for black and white, and I am very happy with them. Probably take them out on the first run next week now, because I won't be running until the triathlon, and I'll be wearing my tempo shoes for the triathlon. These are going to become the new all-rounders. I'm at work. I'm currently in Asda car park, but I'm in Scunthorpe working, and look at this. Oh, you can't really tell how bad it is on camera. There's like a real bad thunderstorm. There's lightning, thunder, and the rain is absolutely atrocious. So I'm going to be sitting here in my van until this clears up because I don't want to be wet for the rest of the day. and Jesus wept. Fucking hell. I hope this subsides pretty quick because I'm hungry. I hope my tent box is alright up there. Does anybody else really love the sound of, like, if you're sat in a greenhouse, if you're under an umbrella, or like in the van and it's on metal? Just the sound of rainfall is so relaxing. If you have a sweet tooth like me, and you don't want to eat sweets all the time, I'm telling you now, this is one of the best things I've ever eaten. I've had Whitworth's dried mango on its own, also banger, but this strawberry flavoured mango, it is unbelievable. So nice. All it's got in it is dried mango that is like soaked in, how do they do it? It's like soaked in strawberry juice or something, and then they just put salt on it basically to preserve it. But it's unbelievable. I absolutely love it. Okay, I was just sat here Friday night thinking, what exercise do I do? I've got to do today, I've got to do tomorrow. Bike and a swim basically. So I thought I could go for a swim, but then if I go for a swim now, it's going to be busy there because it's like, what time is it? Nearly 6 p.m. It's going to be busy, probably not going to be fun. So I'll do a bike instead. Then as I walked in the front door, I just saw the Evo SLs sat there looking at me saying, just go on, put me on, take me for a run. Even though I've already done a run. So I decided I'm going to do a Brigg session. I'm going to go for a 15k bike ride, praying it doesn't rain, because like at my window there's a bit of nice clouds over there and then dark clouds over there, so I'm hoping there's no rain. Then do a 5.5k run. Then tomorrow evening I'll do the swim, because most people won't be at the pool on a Saturday night. They'll be having bevs, so I can go and do my lengths like the little geek I am. Also, this cucumber and mint repower, if you have ever had an English garden cocktail, which is my favourite cocktail, that flavour repower tastes exactly like that cocktail. Obviously there's no gin in it, so there's no alcohol taste, but in terms of flavour, it is almost identical and it is unbelievable. That's my bike done. Time to get running. I cannot wait to wear these shoes. Let's go, baby. Okay, first opinions. Number one. And it was as soon as I put the shoe on. Big gripe. The laces are too short. That means you have to tie them super tight, which I don't like my trainers super tight. Why have they made them so short? I've done the runner's loop, so that's maybe a little reason, but that's only like a centimetre. I can't get a double knot, so I'm just praying that they don't come undone on this run. I always like to do a double knot, and I don't like my trainers too tight, so that's a problem. However, they are very good shoes. Very good responsiveness and cushion as well. They also look absolutely beautiful. I think it's actually crazy how much you can improve at running. Obviously that, it sounds so stupid to say, but like my conversational pace only 3 months ago, maybe not even that, was between 5:40 and 6 minutes. Whereas now I've just done this run My average pace is 5:20, and it's been completely fine. I can run at 5:10 without even thinking about it, whereas before that would be like a push. It's so weird. I was also originally one of those skeptics that thought when people say like this is a fast shoe or this is a speed shoe, this is a slow shoe, I thought, no, you're chatting bollocks. You just either run faster or you run slower, and the shoe's a placebo. But it's not. The shoe makes a big difference. I think if you're not used to running, you like to think it's bollocks, but once you start running, like if I compare these to my Mizunos, that's super soft, I can run so much quicker for the same amount of effort compared to the Mizunos, because the Mizunos are just there for cushioning, not for any sort of speed. Well, that was a lovely run. 5.5k and average pace 5:22. Lovely jubbly run. Apart from the short laces, the shoes, unbelievable. Got a sweat on, so that can mean only one thing. Fab. We are on the night before the triathlon. We've got a kind of a carb mix. Obviously it's not a super long race, so we don't need to go absolutely mental on it. Quite nervous because it's completely new to me. I don't know how the transitions are going to work. I don't know what to do in the morning, but we've got Tom there to help us, so I think we'll be all right. But next time you see me, triathlon day. Let's go! Put what?
Keep on it, Charlie.
Now it's a bit done. Keep going.
I can relax now. I feel much better on the bike now. That swim was vile. I'm so glad it was only 400 metres, because I don't think I could have done any more. I'm holding a good pace on the bike though, so what I kind of lost in the pull, hopefully I can make up on the bike in the run. Gonna have to really give it some on that run. We're nearly done the bike. I think I'm currently overall last, so the aim is to not come last. Balls are killing. me back's hurting, me balls are hurting. Right, seeing as I've finished work now on Monday, I thought I would give a little recap before I go home and edit the video of how yesterday went. 2/3 of it went very well. 1/3 went absolutely terribly. Now, if you remember me saying when I did the practice try with Tom, I jumped in the water, tried keeping up with him, and ended up basically not being able to breathe. I couldn't catch my breath in the water. I had to just completely stop, get my breath back, and then go. It was like that one wasn't like a mini panic attack, but it kind of was on the way to getting there, where just like you feel like you can't breathe, and then you start panicking. Well, the whole time in my head, I was thinking, just don't let that happen at the actual race. So I got in the pool, and I set off, and in my head, and looking at the pace, to be fair, I didn't set off super quick. I did set off quicker than I should have, but I didn't set off super quick. I've now learned that I should probably ease my way into it, and if I can pick up the pace once I'm kind of okay, then I can. But I think it was about 5 lengths maybe, the panic started to set in. There was all sorts of factors. There was the fact that I jumped in the pool. I've never been in this pool before. I jumped in the pool expecting it to be like jumping in my pool at my gym. It wasn't. It was super shallow where you jump in. And then when I did my first length, I reached the end again expecting it to be like the same depth the whole way. It wasn't. It was really deep and I couldn't stand up. So how I would normally turn and how I've been practicing to turn is once I reach the end of my length and I've touched the wall with my hand, I would then put my feet down, turn around, and then kick my feet off the wall. Now I went to go do that. I went to go put my feet down to turn around and I just like sunk. So then I panicked and I was like, oh shit, my breathing's gone. I can't turn around and kick off now. So then I was trying to play like catch up, which again didn't help. The pool was a lot warmer than I expected. Obviously I've been training in an outdoor pool. Granted, the outdoor pool is heated, but it's not super hot. This one was warm in there. And I was in the tri-suit again, felt claustrophobic. And all this just meant that my heart rate just went. So if you don't know swimming heart rates, even though you can be pushing yourself to your absolute limit, your heart rate rarely ever goes super high. It's not like running. Biking is not like running either, but you can still get your heart rate quite high. Swimming is the complete opposite. Tom, for example, he hit a PB on the swim. So it was the best he's ever done. His heart rate maximum was 130. After 4 or 5 lengths, when I reached this, I'll put it on the screen, the kind of the chart, when I had this like panic moment, it went up to 175. So once it got to that 175, it was quite hard to get it back down. I kind of stopped at the end, looked at my missus who was watching me. She's seen my face and seen me like struggling to breathe and she was panicked. But I knew once I kind of stood there, let myself get composed again, I was going to be all right. So I just gave her the nod to say like, I'm going to be all right. And then I just eased my way back into it and didn't think about pace at all. I just did like the leisurely swim. And that was when, so a bit of back, so I'm going all over the place here, but a bit more backstory is that I've been obviously training in the pool at the gym. And the person who signed me up told me that the pool was a 25-metre pool. It isn't. It's an 18-metre pool. So the whole times that I've been thinking I'm getting were wrong. So when I entered the triathlon, you have to enter your swim time. So I'd enter into a much quicker group than I should have. It was similar group to Tom. Now Tom can swim well and he can swim fast. I can swim fast, but not for 400 meters. So I ended up, I was 24th quickest time. So basically everybody, all the other 23 people coming after me were all getting quicker and quicker and quicker. So as it gets down to one, they're like the quickest people. They're like the almost pro triathletes, and they were quick. So imagine me being there. They're all meant to be similar, if not a bit quicker than me. But it turns out everybody was way quicker than me. So while I was having these panic attacks, I was having to move out the way, let just people go. If anybody was close to me, that made me panic more. So if I felt anybody near, I'd get to the end, I'd wait, let them go ahead of me, and then I'd go again at my leisurely pace. And the woman who was like organising it, she kind of came over to my lane, and you'll be able to see on the video that when she came over, she kind of bent down and she said, "Are you still going?" And I think I must have been about 10 minutes in at this point. So my predicted time, I think, was 7 minutes 40. And I was about 10 minutes in at this point. So I was very delayed. And we was getting to the point here where I think the last 5 people were getting in the pool. So that's why she came over to me. And I said, yeah, I had a panic. I had to stop, get my breath back. And then eventually I got the swim done. And at that point, I believe there was only maybe 10 or less people left in the pool, when in theory there should have been 23 people, because I was the 24th fastest. So, and these 10 people as well, they were very quick people. So then I ran out the pool, ran into the transition area, and annoyingly the transition area is on like a 4G artificial pitch, so you have all these little black bobbly bits. So my wet feet got covered in these black bobbly bits. I had to try get them off on the towel, so I sat down, not realising I've sat down on the black bobbly bits with a wet bum. So then as soon as I got on the bike, I had all these black bobbly bits on my bum on the seat, so it made it super uncomfortable. So as soon as I set off, and even getting my clip-ins, I'd never really struggled with my clip-ins anymore, but for some reason when I got on the bike, I couldn't get my shoes clipped in. But anyway, once I set off, I just felt so uncomfortable, so I spent like the first part of the bike just trying to like stand up and get all these bobbly bits off my bum. But then when we got on the main roads, I just hammered it. I went quicker than I think I've ever gone on a long distance bike ride before. My average was about 31, 32, and my average usually is like 26, 27. So I was very happy with that. Now I did get overtaken by all those 10 people on the bike, because obviously they were the fast triathletes. They had these 4, 5, 6,000 pound bikes, and they were fast. So they all overtook me, even though I was going quite a good pace for me. But I didn't care. All I thought was just get this bike done and get on the run, because the run is where I'm most comfortable. So as soon as I came out of the pool, I was a mess. And then when I got on the bike, calmed myself down. And then when I came in for the bike, I was in a much happier state. Got the running trainers on. I forgot to untie the running trainers, so I had to spend the transition time untying my trainers to then get, it was just poor preparation, poor everything. But once I started running, I overtook loads of people, felt so much better. I think my average pace was 4:22, something like that, about 22 minutes and 10 second 5k, which very happy with. And then once I was finished, it was like, right, thank God that is done, and that's enough of triathlon this year. I'm gonna try and go back to it next year, but for this year I'm sticking to running only, because that's twice now swimming has put me into like a mini panic attack, and it isn't nice. So next year we're going to get some more practice in, because obviously if you practice you're less likely to panic. But yeah, I mean, it was a good event, good to do my first triathlon, but that swimming just, it was horrible. So now I've got, basically today's Monday, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a 25k with my friend as part of his plan, and then on Friday I go to Turkey. I probably will do a couple of runs in Turkey, but I think I'm not going to film anything for YouTube until I get back, and then we start the ultra plan. I'll be posted on my Instagram and all things like that, so if you don't follow my Instagram, go follow me on there. So yeah, that's it really for plan wise until I get back the following Friday, and then that weekend I've seen the plan and it is a horrible weekend, so I'm gonna have to not go too crazy in Turkey with the food and the drinks, and make sure I stay relatively fit, because that Saturday and Sunday they're hard. But we'll start filming again from then, so it'll be probably filming Saturday to Fridays and then upload on the Sunday. So it will be the same kind of upload schedule as what I'm currently on, but just the week works out different. Right now I film Monday to Sunday and try upload it on the Monday, so it'll just be a little bit different, but you won't recognise it, and who cares anyway. I've rambled on for enough. Triathlon's done. Now we move on to some long distance running shit. I'll see you lot in a week and a half.